Alrighty, good morning, evening, afternoon. Today we're running the Meisho line. A line that's been half destroyed, threatened with cancellations, haunted by rogue trains, and yet somehow is still standing. But as with pretty much every rural line in Japan, we simply don't know how long that's going to last. So what I'm going to be doing is running it from start to finish, and then visiting some of the more kind of rural, out-of-the-way train stations tucked in to the mountains. So yeah, let's go. Alrighty, and we start outside of Ise-Yachi Station, and quite a nice city actually. I thought it'd be a lot more big city-esque, but I believe the population is only around like 120, 130,000 people, and it's quite compact, and yet still has quite a lot of restaurants, and yeah, just a nice vibe. And thankfully, we've still got around maybe half an hour until my train departs. I've already booked it before recording this, so I think we have just enough time to take a look at, I mean, if you know the city, if you know where I am, what the most famous thing about this place is. I think we have just a bit of time to go check it out, so let's do it. Oh yes, finally I see it. Do you see it? Yes, it's concrete utility pole, circa 1928. Oh, just what a beautiful, magnificent structure. Only the Japanese could make such a beautiful invention. Oh, okay, obviously I'm joking. The big, important, famous thing in Ise is obviously Ise-Jingu, which if you don't know, if you haven't heard of it, is basically Japan's biggest, most important Shinto shrine. And it's right there, and I'm not visiting it today. And the reason is simply put, don't have enough time, and there are other things I want to do. And I'm always a bit conflicted when I do these sorts of trips, you know. I'm always wanting to, go on weird train lines or do some like weird obscure things, and then I skip the big touristy bits. So for example, yesterday around Shingu, Kumano, you have the Nachi waterfalls, which are the longest waterfalls in the entire country, and very beautiful, very famous, but I decided not to go. I was thinking of it, but I mean, I don't think it's a bad decision. Because I mean, I'm looking back there, so many taxis and buses. I wouldn't want to know just how many people are in there. So I'm happy to leave it, for when maybe I come back another time where it's less busy, not Golden Week. Yeah, you can't kind of obviously measure how you've enjoyed your trip based on how many popular tourist spots you've hit. You just gotta think, how much did you enjoy what you actually did? And would you have enjoyed your trip more if you did go to those sorts of spots? And I think in my case, I think I'm looking more forward to what I've got up today, which is the Meisho line. But to get there, we first need to go to Matsusaka Station, for which I have booked a limited express train, but it's looking really tight. I've got 10 minutes to walk back, and it took me about 10 minutes to get there. So let's make a move on. Alrighty, and to get to Kintetsu, platforms 4 and 5, you have to go up this bridge. We have 4 minutes until it leaves. Oh boy. And it's all because I was waiting to record that stupid concrete utility pole circa 1928 video, and there was a dog that was just there so long, it wasn't going. I was like, just yank the dog away, I need to record this bit. Oh boy. But I think we're okay. Got 3 minutes and I'm already seeing the signs for the trains. Wait, okay, I had a lot more time than I thought. I thought I was taking this 8:39, but my train is the 8:49. Whoops. Well, I guess it's not a bad thing that you have a bit more time. So I'm just gonna walk graciously down to the platform and relax, I guess. So these are the double-decker seats, but I'm not sure if I reserved it properly. I guess we'll find out. Yes! So by pure sheer will or just luck, we've managed to actually get a panoramic seat, so let's enjoy it for the approximately, I think, 15-minute journey or so. That'll be on actually, 13 minutes. So, yeah, let's enjoy, I guess, as much as we can for that time. Alright, and we've arrived at Matsusaka Station. The city of Matsusaka, I believe its most famous thing is the beef. which maybe you've heard of. It's like the hidden best beef in all of Japan. But for our purposes, we're not eating beef. We're going on the Meisho line, which I believe departs at 9:38, and it's 9:06 right now. So I've given myself a bit of time to, first of all, find a locker to put this bag somewhere because it's heavy, and I'll be walking a lot today, and also get some tickets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's the 9:38 on platform 5 to Ise-Okitsu, which is the final stop of the Meisho line. Oh, and here it is. But wait, there's a train like behind it as well. Are they trying to couple the trains together, or maybe not? Okay, let's just get on, because it's really looking to be quite full seat-wise.あなたは観光市に乗りましたか。じゃあ元々出身はどこですか。
出身生まれは京都。
あ、京都か。京都のどこ？
京都市内。
あ、そうですか。私はね、先月鞍馬に行きました。
鞍馬。
そう。
あちこち行ってるんだ。
まあ日本にいるうちにね。
日本はいつから来てるの？
今は2年目です。
2年目。でもそれにしては日本語ものすごい上手。
ありがとうございます。でも私は今ね、田舎の方に住んでいますので、英語だけじゃさすがに無理ですよ。
福岡の田舎でね、仕事あるの？
私は先生です。英語の、はい。でも結構田舎で人数少ないんです。今小学校5つありまして、一番人数少ないのは全校25人です。Okay, so I'm getting off at Ieki Station, not actually to really get off. 私一旦降りてちょっと電車見に行っていいと言われましたが。はい、そうです。はい。Sorry. Yeah, so basically, Ieki Station, I believe, is actually the most used station on this line, and I think it's because basically here, it's the only bit of the line that's double tracked to let trains take over each other. And one thing as well that's special about this line is the way that they confirm that trains don't crash into each other. I'll explain a bit later. Before that, I just want to check quickly when they actually depart, because I do not want to leave here with my belongings gone. あ、すみません。この電車は何時出発しますか？28分です。28分。はい、ありがとうございます。Okay, so I have about like 10 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do very quickly, we've taken a look at the trains, we've said, oh, that's very nice. I want to go take a look at the building, the station building. I guess one thing we can do while we wait is take a look at the train schedule, and the one we're currently riding is this one here. So it's 10:28 and right now it's 10:18, so we've got 10 minutes. It's fine, we can relax. Yeah, kind of just I've seen a lot of these stations all around, you know, old wooden buildings with a ticket gate always here that's now no longer staffed. And then nothing else really around it, not that I know at least. But again, I think this is like by far the most used station. Perhaps it's because that sign there says there's a high school nearby, so perhaps all of the nearby students kind of congregate in this area to go to school. I don't know. But anyways, let's see if we can see the token handover system they do, because basically, while these days, if you don't want trains to crash, you have some sort of, I guess, digital system. Here, they don't do that. I guess it's just too expensive, or there's not enough financial justification to change to a system like that. So they've basically kept to an old way of physical tokens they have to hand over to each other. And I believe they have to like lock it into the train system or something like that. I'm sure there are people who are far more knowledgeable on this sort of stuff than myself. So if you are, please explain down in the comments, because I'm sure lots of people would love to hear it. Well, I guess I must have missed the token exchanging part. Whoops. T1D Wanderer, who again, made an amazing video on this. I believe he has a little clip of him seeing that. So I'll just, I guess, put it in the bottom right here, but please go watch his video because he will be stopping at some stops that I don't. So now we're going to be cutting more into the mountains now, which is obviously through which this line should have continued and entered the other side of, I believe, Wakayama Prefecture, or, well, the other side of the Kii Peninsula, but didn't. So as we enter the more scenic portion of the line, let me just give you a quick overview of its history. The Meisho line as it stands today was completed in 1935, but as I alluded to in the introduction, it was originally meant to be much bigger, extending all the way into Nara Prefecture via Nabari and Sakurai. In fact, the name Meisho was actually a combination of the first kanji for Nabari and Matsusaka. However, in 1930, a private company called the Sangu Railway opened a fast, direct, electrified main line through the mountains. It connected Nara and Mie far more efficiently than the government's slow project ever could. Realizing they had been completely beaten to the punch, the government eventually abandoned work on completing the Meisho line, leaving it stranded where it is today. Because it was cut so short, the line was never exactly a big people mover, and talk of closing it down stretches back decades. In 1982, it was placed on the infamous Tokute Chihou Kotsu Sen, a hit list of deeply unprofitable lines marked for deletion during a decade that was essentially railway Armageddon in Japan. To make matters worse, a massive typhoon slammed the line that year, knocking it out of service. Yet ironically, its deeply rural nature is exactly what saved it. The line escaped the 80s chopping block because the local mountain roads were simply too narrow and treacherous to run an alternative bus service. It was, however, dealt its heaviest blow in 2009 when yet another typhoon caused catastrophic damage to its upper section. JR Central initially drew a line in the sand announcing a permanent conversion to buses. Local governments and communities pushed back, however, and the decision was reversed. Massive river and hillside reinforcement projects were funded, and the line fully reopened in 2016. Wind forward 10 years to 2026, and with the line recently celebrating its 90th anniversary, it seems to be a rare case in Japan of an incredibly rural, unprofitable line defying every expectation of its closure. And indeed, if it can avoid just another natural disaster, it's likely to keep on rolling for the foreseeable future. And we finally made it to the last stop, which is Ise-Okitsu Station. And well, I must say, especially at the end, when we were crossing and running alongside the river, it was absolutely gorgeous. Even though I think it's that river that was the cause of this line closing for a little bit. What we're going to be doing from here is exploring the area. Probably I'll have lunch, and then if I can, I want to walk back to some of the stations, obviously after this one. So the next one after this is Ise Station, but if I can, I'd like to also walk to the one after, which I believe is called Ise-Yachi Station, but I believe that takes around 2 hours. So we'll have to see after I explore here and have lunch where we are and if we'll be doing that. Now, one other thing I need to do, if I do want to go on that walk, as you can see, it's very sunny. And I want to ask, it's gonna be a very weird question, if they have sunscreen, because I forgot mine. I put it in my bag, and obviously I put my bag in the locker. So I've got no sunscreen, and I already kind of burnt myself yesterday in the last trip. So let's see if we can prevent that. すみません、日焼け止めはありませんか？日焼け止めはないですね。あ、ないのか。Yeah. Well, that was quick. I guess I'll burn. But anyways, one thing I wanted to also take a look at is this thing here, which is a classic water tower from when steam trains used to run. The only thing is that it used to be quite famous for, because it had a lot of ivy growing on it. And if I just swing around right now, there is no ivy. That's a shame. お、上手です。私イギリス人です。はい、そうです。でも今は福岡の方に住んでいます。何年ぐらい？2年目です、今は。はい、そうです。ありがとうございます。で、ゴールデンウィークだからちょっとそう、紀伊半島すべてを回って、で明日はそう帰ります。2人はこちらの方の出身ですか？
僕も移住者なんですけどね。
あ、はいはいはいはい。あ、じゃあもともとはどこでしたか？
もともとはね、僕は東京で生まれて
はいはいはい
育ったんですけど、
うんうん
アメリカに30年住んで
うお、すごい。じゃあ、can you speak English then?
ます。Yes.
Oh, wow, very nice. So why did you move here?
When they, after, well, actually, I went to Italy also.
Oh, really?
So about 45 years I was in Japan.
Wow. So,
And when I decided to return, I just opened the map of Japan and closed my eyes and then point my eyes. そしたら、伊勢神宮
oh,
around Ise Jingu.
yes, yes, yes.
So I said, oh, okay, maybe it's something
Wow.
connection there.
Yeah,
So
something,
that's why I decided
Wow.
to.
a very beautiful area
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
And then look for Kominka.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
And Akia Banku. But I couldn't find anything.
Oh, I see.
But the local real estate, you know, suggested me to come this area. And there's nice kominka, so I decided to move out here.
How many years ago?
3 years.
3 years. Wow, very nice. Okay, so just had a little chat with the drum guys back there, and I asked them where would be a good spot for lunch, and they said a place called Slow Tempo, which is actually on the way to Ise Station, is a good place. So I'm probably just going to head on over there. I think while I'm here, I might quickly buy some water because I don't know when I'm going to see a vending machine next. Wait, first of all, is it? Oh, yes, it is in operation. Okay, lovely. Let me go get myself some. What should I get? I think I'll just get some water. Now, I will say there were a lot of people on the train. I mean, it's Golden Week, so I suppose it's something you have to expect. The person in front of me, actually, the old guy, he said usually it's pretty empty. So, I mean, I work though, so like, I have to take my chances when I can. But around here, just walking literally like 20 meters from the station, you have these beautiful old streets and kind of just quiet peace. So I believe in here, you have various artifacts well, there's some sort of, how would you call this, a diorama? I'm not quite sure. That's interesting. And then here, I believe you have some just old things. So you have like old boxes of film. I wonder if those are card games or something like that. And then behind us, we have is that Yahata Seikatsu Kaizen Center? I'm not sure if I pronounced Yahata right, because it just looks like the name of a place near where I live in Kitakyushu. But it's like the Yahata, or wherever it's called, Life Improvement Center. Honestly, I think just the surroundings is an improvement to life, if I'm to be honest. So this is the Ise Honkaido. So this is basically some old pilgrimage route for traveling. And I guess this must have been some kind of rest town or whatever you'd like to call it. Whoa, it's like a door from Hobbiton. Bilbo Baggins will be walking out that door in no time. Wait, so that's the path I'm going to be walking down, but it also looks interesting, so I'm just going to quickly pop down here. There's some sort of bridge, which I assume leads up to the river. Or perhaps this was the Kaido, the main route. Wow, look at this. Oh, and you have some old pictures of what this, I suppose, used to look like. How long ago was this? 1934, it says. So I guess back in the day, it used to be this, I'm not sure, sorry, I apologize, I can't see it. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like an old wooden bridge, which looks like it's disintegrating, and I guess they replaced it with a stone bridge, which they must have been really happy about. And yeah, oh, apparently is there a shrine nearby as well? Oh man, this is honestly lovely. Look at this. And this is the house that appeared, sorry, apologies, in the picture. I suppose someone's private residence now. What an Ise-Yachi Hata? Jidosha, jitensha. I guess some kind of bike shop. Oh my god, the bicycle shop, get the bicycle guaranteed. I don't know what this says. It's written in some old archaic font. You know, this is one thing we have to kind of remember. Even in tiny little places like these, you used to have everything, right? You used to have your local shops for food and ingredients, a bicycle shop because, you know, what, he's going to take the train all the way for a bicycle. But hey, it seems like they might still have a barber's, which is kind of the one holdout I often see. They have another one, Miyata no jitensha, Nakagawa jitensha shoukai. Probably no longer in business though. So you have a crossing here for the train, and I'm not sure when it's departing actually. Let me just take a look, and if it is departing soon, might as well just wait a bit and catch it. Yes, just took a look and it's departing in 3 minutes. So we've actually got this bang on time pretty much. Team, with that squared off, let's get some lunch. You know, I am still very surprised this line is still operating. I mean, I may have explained it, maybe not, but in around 2009 there was a huge tsunami and storms and such, and the very river which this train line follows, which makes it so beautiful, I believe destroyed much of its infrastructure. Now, for a lot of very rural, unprofitable lines like this, that means, you know, only one thing, which is it's gone. You know, JR just says, oh, well, you know, it was good while it lasted, let's pack up and, you know, and that's the end of it. But somehow, this, I guess, like the local community, local governments got together and managed to keep it around, which is incredible. But I'm not sure if that same storm happened today, if they'd be able to do that now. Because, well, it feels like wherever I go, I'm always talking about this, but lines are really in danger. It feels like it's only getting worse and worse, more and more aggressive, the closure of lines. So it's always a matter of, you know, riding these while you can. So for our path on the way to, at least for now, lunch and Ise Station, the next station after the final station, Ise-Okitsu, I don't think there is an awful guarantee of there being pavement or sidewalks, which means I'll have to walk on the road, which, needless to say, I think everyone would rather I didn't need to do, but we'll see. So it seems like we're already heading into Okitsu, the name of the area. Alrighty, so hold on, there is a sign here. So yeah, no, I thought it was going to be a sign saying don't walk here, because for some reason in Google Maps it really just does not let you use this road, but basically just says during night time they're doing some kind of maybe construction work or something, so don't use this path, use the other path. That's essentially what it's talking about. Anyways, let's carefully, I suppose, walk alongside the road, which is lovely, although the place I'm looking to eat at should be, I think, down here. Maybe just double check, it'd be awkward if it wasn't. So pretty much should be any time on the left. This, what was it called? The cool rock or cool down place, cool chill. We do a bit of cool chill, me. Looks like this is the spot. There's really a lot of cars, so I hope there are seats. Cafe Suro Tempo. Ah, こんにちは。一人なんです。
こちらにお名前と人数書いて、そちらでお待ちください。
はい、わかりました。 Alright, you just had lunch at the Slow Tempo. Alright, you just had lunch at the Slow Tempo Cafe, and it was nice, although Slow Tempo was right. They were very busy because of Golden Week and had a lot of customers, so I was waiting for a wee bit. But in any case, what we'll be doing now is heading to Ise Station, and I'm going to see how long it takes for me to get that far, and based on that, I'll see whether I go to the station afterwards as well on foot. So we've managed to see that train, which means that the next train I would possibly take, because that's going to Ise Station, will be in about 2 hours. So what's probably going to happen, my guess is that I'm going to go to Ise Station and probably walk to the station afterwards as well. That's my guess. Maybe this would have been better to take a shot at with the green tea, leave thingamabobs and the rice paddies. This would have been, maybe this would have been better. It was just right, I was just back there, I was, well, it is what it is, right? Up here, I suppose. It's no other place to go. Konnichiwa. 冷え駅はあそこの方ですか？はい、ありがとうございます。Lovely, here you are. Ise-Eki. Ise Station. Did I call it like here once or twice? It's Ise Station. Whoopsie daisy. I might have confused the lady back there if I pronounced it incorrectly. Because of its features and all that good stuff, nothing really at all. Some beaten up umbrellas, various notices, and the timetable of which, so probably, well, the one we looked at just now was this one, 13:13. Right now it's 13:30. Sorry, I can't see my watch. But we'll be going for that one. And, you know, we've got an hour and 45 minutes. I think we can make the next station, which is Ise-Yachi. So there's nothing else but to just go for it. Bit of a tight squeeze on the roads of here, of Ise, I guess. I really need to be careful. There's all these little things on the wall that I want to check out. So one thing with these trees here, you can see that most of the trees around here are these long and straight trees. Sugi, I believe are cedar trees, cheddar cheese, yes, that's about it. But anyways, the things with these trees is that, especially post-World War II, many of the humongous amounts were planted for, of course, you know, lumber, for, you know, rebuilding houses and such. So much of it was needed, but at the same time, so much was planted, and then I assume came over, you know, concrete came into the scene, and these trees were not so needed. And unfortunately, in order to plant a lot of these trees, they had to cut down a lot of natural forest in order to do so. So I've heard of initiatives where they've been cutting down these sugi trees and then planting more, I guess, native trees and native species around, because, you know, you could say, well, but this looks nice though, it's the forest now. But I've heard that, unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's the trees themselves or the habitat they introduce, they can kind of taint the waters and such, you know, acid and all that stuff. And ow, something's got into my foot. And I'm not sure how good that narration was either, but you can't have it all. So we're once again seeing a few settlements, which means I believe we are approaching Ise-Yachi Station. And if perhaps we are lucky, we could possibly see that train coming the other way, which probably will then come back and pick us up. Man, is there anything better than this? Just walking through some beautiful little hamlets, surrounded by mountains, you know, streams all around. Oh, wonder if this used to be a shop. Has enough space for some sort of sign, that's for sure. Wait, what? Oh, that's a Google Street View camera. Way, look at that. That's Google Street. Wait, that's Google Street View. Hey, what's up? Maybe, oh my God, maybe you'll see me walking across the streets near Ise-Yachi Station. Whoa. That's crazy. That is honestly crazy. So, I mean, when I upload this video, I'm gonna check if I've appeared on Google Maps. Wait, it's coming back. Oh, it's coming back, look at that. Whoa. So I'm gonna check if it's picked me up. Look at it go. Wait, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there we go, there it goes. I'm gonna see if I've popped up. Oh, that is actually hilarious. Oh my God. So one reason I wanted to go to Ise-Yachi Station is because it had one of the coolest looking station buildings. Now from here, I'm kind of hard pressed to decide whether that building is someone's house or the actual station building. But if we come along here, first of all, it's a really wide space in front of the station. I wonder what was here, but yeah, you can see here. So this is Ise-Yachi Eki, Ise-Yachi Station. This part of the building here must be something slightly separate. Greenhouse. I wonder what a greenhouse is. Maybe some kind of event space is what I'd guess. Then yeah, you have this massive parking lot. Perhaps around this place there's some really famous event or something of the sort. I can see some stones there which might tell me what's going on. Also, I think I should be fine in the train. I don't want to miss it. The thing is, I guess I've just got no data anymore. Anyways, what is going on here? Tsushi Misugie Machi. I think that's how you say it. And there's all the things you can do here, which is pretty much nature. And also the Meisho line. Wow, what a picture they took there. I wish that was me for my thumbnail. I go head into the station and ride the train back. Yeah, and it's just this part which is for the station. And this would be the Kiburiba where you get tickets, but it seems like they are not. Let's go. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, so basically it's still operating, but it's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays from 9 AM to 4 PM. I believe that's what it says. So remarkably, it's still staffed, I suppose. And it's got Wi-Fi, way. But anyways, more than that, our next train is the 1522 back to Matsusaka. And I've actually made really good time getting here. It's only 2:27, so I've got a bit less than an hour to wait here. I've bought some little goodies from Family Mart to munch on though, so it's not too bad. He gives you some information on the Meisho, the Association of Protecting the Meisho Line, which basically outlines the details of when much of the line was damaged from floods and stuff, and where part of the line resumed operations, but much of it, including this part, was basically it's said to be wiped out. And I think with this, probably the whole line would have been wiped out. So basically, they did a lot of things around events, promoting the area's natural beauty and such, all sorts of things. And it basically says, thanks to everyone's support in Heisei 28, which is, I believe, 2016, it's all come back. So if you're interested, you can even join the Association to Protect the Meisho line. Membership is 100 yen for a year. And as of Heisei 30, which I'm not quite sure what year that is, 2021, I guess, there are 3,666 members. So yeah, support the Meisho line if you're up for it. And obviously, even if you can make it here, that's even better. Because, I mean, just the route I did was absolutely gorgeous. And again, I went during Golden Week, so the train was pretty crowded, pretty busy. But if you go, say like you're coming on tourism and you come on a weekday, you're going to be having quite an empty carriage, I reckon. But yeah, that was the Meisho line. I really hope you've enjoyed. Again, I think I mentioned it once or twice. If you're interested in seeing more of this line, take a look at T1D Wanderer's video where he visited stations more kind of up the line, including the least used station on this line. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end things off. And to give you a hint, tomorrow is my last day on the Key Peninsula and the last video I'll make, and it will be at Yokkaichi City, to give you a hint of what I'll be doing. But yeah, that'll be it for now. Stay safe and have a good one.